just hit subscribe. It takes 1 second and it helps me more than you know. All right.
How is everyone doing on this beautiful Saturday morning? Hope you're all doing great. I had a very uneventful night at work, so I'm ready to talk knives. Not as tired as I probably should be, so I'm also ready to do something, which talking knives is always a good answer for that. Morning, Mr. Cliff. Hope you're doing well, sir. Looks like it's just me and you so far. It's quite alright with me. I'm sure others will pop in here shortly. How are you this morning, sir? Got some coffee in hand, I hope. Morning, Mr. Whalen. Thank you for joining. Hey, what's up with that backspacer? I'm glad I got you that giant piece of aluminum. You've been going through it, hadn't you? I'm actually just joking. But I am kind of curious what's going on with it. But no biggie. So, what did I have in my pockets last night? Well, morning, Miss Brown Sugar. Comes to no surprise to anyone, I had this in my front pocket. I will probably have it for a while now. Either front or back pocket. I probably should have made it back pocket because the back pocket knife was bigger. But I had that in the front pocket. And I got to reach back in my back pocket to grab my back pocket knife. I had this new Migron Solora. And I love this thing. Beautiful knife for 60 bucks. I like the milling pattern. Super cool. I like the gradient ano they did also. This clip is going to start showing marks pretty quick. You can already see one little certain lights, you can see it. There's a right there, both sides. So I might just take it back to silver. I don't know. But the one thing that annoys me is this flipper tab. because it's already got a front flipper and a thumb stud. So I don't think it needs, and it's got a nice choil, but the choil, I don't mind helping pay to get it back to me, especially with that piece of aluminum you got to send me anyway. Just hit me up. I don't mind helping out with the cost of that. But yeah, it's got a nice choil on this knife, but it's just barely big enough. And if they would have left off that flipper tab, it would go right into the handle. But I totally noticed something super weird on this knife, and it makes me want to look at another knife that I have to see if they did the same thing with it, and that answers a question I had about that knife. So this knife right here, the Vertilocks from Kunwu, or Kunvu, okay, they do not do that with this knife. I was wondering, there's a pin back here that goes through the compression lock, and I think it's just to strengthen it from buckling, but it really serves no purpose other than that. But the pin that it actually uses as a stop pin is up here, and when you close the knife, the pin that hits the blade to stop it closed is also that same pin. It doesn't come in contact with this pin. But this knife has a weird setup, so it doesn't have a stop pin down here at this end, which is odd. It uses the bar that interfaces with the liner. It uses the button basically as the stop pin. So when it's closed, that's where the blade is hitting. So if I go to enlarge this choil, I've got to make sure to not hit this area up here where it's making contact, because that's what's keeping the blade closed. You can see where it makes contact down there, but there's not another stop pin in this whole other end of the knife. There's not one anywhere. So the only stop pin is the button, which is weird. It's a totally new deal. They usually have both, and I don't know how reliable that will be, but for now it works. But it let me know that I can't make this choil any bigger. The only thing I can do to this knife is remove this flipper tab and make sure it flows into the scales good right here. I can probably remove a little bit of that, but up here where it contacts, I can't touch that. I don't want to make the same mistake I made on the last, on that other one. Anyway, that's what I had in my pockets. And I got a couple more new knives in yesterday. One of them I'm absolutely super impressed by, and the other one I'm not. I got one good one and then one dud. Y'all want the good news or the bad news first? I guess we'll start with the bad news and end on a high note. And I'll tell you what, working on knives with files and sandpaper, I see why people have crummy hands, like grungy looking hands, when they work on knives, because every time I go to touch some sandpaper or grab the file again, I get dirt everywhere. Which I've been working on that fixed blade pretty much 2 or 3 hours during the night. This is a Pioneer knife. The brand is Pioneer, and it's supposed to be M390. This is one I got from AliExpress, and this is definitely a case of I need to read the descriptions better. because I need to pay attention to knife size, because this is way too small for me. And it's got a flaw, but here is the little thing. Pioneer EDC. It's got like a XD045 number. I bought it because it looked cool. And if it was bigger, it would be. But you can see it barely goes across my hand. It's a definite 3-finger knife. And the clip lands right on it. Applies pressure to the lock bar, and this front flipper is basically useless. I can't get it to front flip. It's got too much pressure from the lock bar. Even when I'm not touching it at all, I can't reach around and flip it. Man, it's very difficult. It's got great action. The thumb studs are great on it. It's got a cool looking little blade. And it was $80 for M390, supposedly. I believe it, because they're trying to become a real brand. But the front flipper is terrible. Since it's so little, let me show you. So it's a 3-finger knife for me. I can't even get that 4th finger on there comfortably at all. So it's a little bitty tiny knife, and I hate 3-finger knives that don't function the way they're supposed to. If everything's cool with a 3-finger knife, I don't mind it. This one does have great action, but when I go to try to hold it to use the front flipper, even with my thumb, I can't. It's so skinny, my finger gets on the lock bar, and I have to really focus. And y'all know I can do a front flipper pretty good, but I have to it's very awkward. Very awkward. Yeah, I can thumb roll it. I don't know. I mean, the thumb studs work with the flick. Slow rolling it doesn't work real good because of the angle. But I can reverse flick it and use the thumb studs, but I can't use the front flipper unless I get really focused on it. And these kind of front flippers, the Mohawk kind, they're made to access from your finger over here. And that lock bar, maybe I need to remove some lock bar pressure. I haven't done it yet, but yeah, pinky out. I mean, what am I supposed? I can't curl my pink. I mean, I was trying to show that it's 3 fingers. I can't get that finger on there. So that was the not winner from yesterday's mailbox. It was a winner because it's titanium and M390 for $80. But and it's probably got great bearings in it because it feels very, but the thumb studs just want to snap it out. They don't really slow roll. It's the geometry. But the action is good on this thing. But the actual star of the show is this Arcona I got. It's a fixed blade. It came with one of those giant belt clips. It came with one of these, and this stuck out. It was bigger than the whole thing, so I put a ulti clip on it. And with the ulti clip, man, this thing is superb. But the color is absolutely super cool on this. And I'm loving Arcona. I haven't touched this lanyard. It came with this. I'll probably retie it. But the color is super cool. I hope it comes across. It does. It looks pretty close to what it is. And the thumb ramp is great on this thing. And this thing has got a great blade. Great jimping. It's actually bigger than I thought. It's VG10 blade steel, but I can easily get 4 fingers and some. I could get 5 fingers on this thing. Yeah, whatever that thing's called, it's garbage. But the Ulti clip made this one perfect. It's got great retention. They did a great job with this little sheath. And for front pocket carry, the Ulti clip is perfect. I put the big size one instead of the small one. It works perfect on there. But this thing is $40. And man, it's one of the best $40 knives I think you could buy right now. All honesty. And it's very large. I mean, it's not very large, but you see next to these other ones, it's a pretty big knife. Blade length on it. Morning, throat goat, by the way. Probably 3.5. Yep, exactly 3.5 to the front. But this color is super cool. And another cool added touch that they did is it's a full tang knife, of course, but they hid the tang on both sides, so it looks super cool. You can see the tang right there, but then it steps back and they hit it, and that just makes for a super cool look to it, especially with the colors and the layers. But yeah, it's got a super cool color. A couple of different shades of purples and with that yellow, and I don't know, I like it. I'm not normally a fan of a bunch of colors, but this is a classy combo. And I bet it is heat treated great. Morning, Pete. Morning, Thomas. But the color is super cool. And the fact that they sandwiched the tang all the way down, I want to take it apart to see how much tang it actually has. Canondia is who OEMs these, so I'm sure they OEM some other ones that don't say Arcona. But Arcona's been producing this knife. They have some M390 versions. He said they've been producing it for 3 or 4 years. So I'm sure there's lots of other ones out there. But for $40, man, this thing is a beast. Great knife. So that was the winner from yesterday. And this one was the loser. This little Pioneer M390 one. This is actually, it's got a name, but like I said, it's been around for 3 or 4 years. It's called the Nettle. This is the Nettle 2. Brown Sugar, have a good day, ma'am. Yeah, it's called the Nettle 2. Arcona Nettle. Yeah, so this one is the same one. Let's see. They have a Nettle folding Nettle also, that Arcona makes. And that's the folding version with M390 or S35VN. So that's the Nettle F. And here's another one on Blade Bends, the Nettle F. Man, I would have grabbed that one. That one has N690, it says. Arcona Nettle F, great new front flipper blade from Russia. Oh yeah, it's a Ivan Braganet's design. I forgot about that. Ivan Braganets is the guy that made it.
Well, my friends, what we got
But this
here,
was
we
3
got
years
this
ago.
blade knife. Yes, we do, and it is designed by my buddy Ivan Bragnets of Ukraine. VG10 blade. Check this out. Of course, he did. This is Arcona, so this is kind of. Oh, by the way, never mind.
Anyway, what is that noise? Keep hearing something. Oh, it's my foot. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, there's the folding one. That's pretty cool. Now I've got to try to find one of those to match the fixed blade. Yeah, here's the folding one with N690. I got to grab one of those. Add to cart. After seeing how good this fixed blade is, I definitely got to try out the folder. Alright, I just opened it in my other browser, so I'll have it. The store I got it from, they had a bunch of different versions. This might have been it. They had the green, black, and silver, and that weird color, and then they had the green, the black, something else. That's yeah, this one is the same knife. That's the folding knife. This is the fixed blade. Here's the folder again. Is that a different pattern? No. Oh yeah, they had the I like the $76 price better. Here's the one I got. 43 bucks. But then I used a coupon and got it for $40 with tax. It's got a Mikata handle. Mikata. That's pretty funny. Morning, B Shady. So Pete, you were in a Rosie Lotto or auction, or I don't even know how that works. There's no way I would pay what Rosie wants for a knife. Especially when there's so many good copies. Alright, so oh, it's first come, first served, like on their website? You just have to be quick? So I had enough knives. I've gotten enough Kaisers now and Migarons that they can't live in the same case together anymore, because I've got too many. So Kaiser is going to win that case. I had these with me at work too last night. Morning, Andrew. So I'm gonna have to find a new home for my Migarons and make that a full 90 knife Kaiser case. So yeah, I had to pull one out, and the one I chose to pull out was the Drop Bear Udy Bear. Cause if I'm gonna consider one not a knife, it would be this one. But the Migarons have got to come out. I've got a lot less of them. Can't believe I'm going to eventually have a full 90 knife case full of Kaisers. That's pretty wild. Kaiser's got to quit coming out with more knives. I'm going to have to cap it at 90. I can't go to multiple cases just for my Kaisers. That's pretty wild. You just had your Udy Bear out earlier? I've never used this one, but I need to. And I did quite a bit of work. And I got the fixed blade almost just about finished up. It's very close to the picture in size, except I've kind of marked what I want to do. I want to put a lanyard down here, and I want to put 2 Kubey bolts. I might put this one a little closer to the... I've got to space it a little different. In fact, that's going to drive me nuts, so I've actually got to get rid of that right now. All right. Well, that didn't come off. I didn't use enough alcohol, I guess. It looked like it did from where I was at, but down here it didn't. Let me get it off the knives. All right. It's still there a little bit, but nothing, a little sanding. So if I came from the same distance from this end, it would be closer to like somewhere in here. And that's all right to have the 2 pins in the lanyard hole closer to one of the pins. Oh yeah, I just gave it some snails. I end up bead blasting it anyway. I knew I should have cleaned them up before I did that. Whichever, I'm glad this one didn't get damaged. I knew I was gonna, I knew I should have thrown it off to the side or something. I don't care about the ZT. I'll end up bead blasting it eventually anyway. Hello, Bass. Best. Good morning, Mr. Mister. I love when you run that sander over the metal, that drum sander, the look it gives. Super cool look. Yeah, it gives it like a texture. That looks super cool. Yeah, it gives it a super cool little, like, it feels smooth, but it looks kind of like a, I don't know. Anyway, the grip feels good on it now, but I still got to figure out what kind of handle material to put on it. So yesterday, I rendered up a bunch, and if anybody wants to see what some other kind of look or pattern would look like, you can send a image to the random on Discord, and I will generate an image showing you what it looks like. But I did a bunch yesterday. I went around looking at different handle materials. This was a pine cone. This guy sells these handle materials on eBay. And I went through and I did some renders with a bunch of different handle materials. So there's another one with the pine cone, and that one had a blue and a red look. Then they had the wood and blue epoxy looking ones. This one is another one of those pine cones. This is some burl wood and the blue. I like that one a lot. But also, there's one of the Juma dragon skin. That's one of the Grip X patterns. That's just straight stabilized wood of some type. I like the way that one looks too. There's another stabilized wood. There's something else with purple. And then I'm back around to the pine cone one. And then there was a couple more. I like this one a lot too. What do any of y'all like? Do y'all like this? Do you like the wood? Do you like the colors? Do you want me to try some micarta? Yeah, I'm just not quite sure. I like the wood and the epoxy ones. like those, I like. I don't know, when I get a piece, the dark pine cone, this one, let me know if that's the one you're talking about. You like the Dragon Juma? Yeah, I couldn't get the pattern. The pattern wouldn't be that big. It would be a lot smaller. I had to like crop the image. Look at the finish on the blade they did on that. It looks like paper still. That's so funny. It got most of the blades. Oh, that a few of those did. Some of them it got looking real, like that one. Man, I wish I could get that hollow grind area. That looks sweet, actually. Both of those swedges with the hollows in them. Wow. I like the blade finish on that one. Yeah, it can help me get ideas on how to do my swedges. That edge looks sharpened though, and I gotta leave it crowned. I gotta leave a crown spine. Norplex micarta. If you find an image you want to see what it looks like, just send it to me and I'll re-render it. Or I can find one and do it myself. Most of those are listed on knives that are already built. I mean, dang, where's my phone? Oh, here it is. Like, Kaiser uses some Norplex, I believe. But it's hard to... And the thing about micartas is it's hard to get a picture because as you round them off, they change color. So it's hard to render pictures with micarta because since they're layered, they change looks as they as you sand them. Let me show you those pine cone ones from this guy. Pine cone. Handle material. Oh, there they are. Recently viewed. Why is my eBay signed in? I don't see the guy. These aren't the ones. ZS Knives. Yeah, that wasn't the guy. Hold on. I typed K. Was trying to find the Mike's Damascus had some. That's who had some. Let's see. Yeah. The same guy that makes the reblades has got handle material. including the pine cones, stabilized pine cones resin. Yeah, that's where all the pictures came from that I used for those ones yesterday. There's that blue and wood one. There's another blue and wood one. I think that's that dark one, possibly. Yeah, the pine cone ones are pretty cool. Stabilized pine cones resin. Let's see. Stabilized pine cones resin. That's where you get all the pictures. Yeah, these look terrible compared to the other ones, I think. The ones Mike's Damascus has for $20 are not bad. Yeah, having some fossil material in there would be cool. Anyway, that was the little trip I went down yesterday. I still haven't made up my mind. I did buy some just plain wood ones. I bought some nice, just dark, I didn't get zebra. I got one that looks kind of like that. Forgot what it's called. It's not lace wood. It's not quite that that textured either. But I bought some just straight wooden ones. They make it for 1911 grips too. I like some of that stuff though, that burl wood. So I went ahead and bought a couple of sets that I can just have. One of them was just some plain wood with a good texture to it. It was kind of like, it was something like this. That would probably look cool on a knife handle. I like the pattern. Yeah, the one I bought was kind of patterned like this a little bit. It's a little darker, I believe. But that's a pretty cool look. And y'all know I've talked about how I like wood knives. Some people don't, but it gives me that warm, fuzzy feeling. Nostalgia. It reminds me of like actual old knives that people made when all they had was metal and wood. Boy, that's a crazy thing for $39. It's got the pine cone handle. It's got a milled blade. Alright, let's see here. Man, I'm super impressed with this knife though. The jimping is great on it. I love the sheath now that I put that. It fits right in my pocket. There's plenty of good, I mean, and I can just grab it right out. So yeah, that was a win. That was definitely a win. What do y'all want to look at today? What kind of Rosie did you almost buy, Pete? Do you know what color? Are they all just plain? Are they all the same? I don't know how any of that works. I've never tried to buy a Rosie. Lottery entry. Okay, so they had 6-spot lotto for that. 20-spot, okay. So that's how you do it. Well, they make it pretty easy, huh? Um, what, mister? Oh, main page showed the first come, first serve. Where? Oh, these. All right. This one? Is that the one you're talking about, Pete? Because I could have grabbed that one. I almost grabbed that one. But I grabbed these two. But they had that version too, but these are the distressed. I mean, these are the heavy stonewashed. And these are M390. And these are from the latest drop. These are the V3s with the M390. And these are great, but they also have that one pattern. I wanted these radial patterns. But the M390 ones are only like 150 bucks. And I think and they're real M390. Got great action too. Great little knives. Yeah, you can always turn around and sell it when you're not as impressed with it, when it's just as good as these. I was just looking at the curly birch, Cliff. Some of those on that page were curly birch. uh, yeah, that stabilized wood. Some of those were curly birch. uh, maple burl, man. There's all kinds of nice maple burl ones. There's some crazy koa wood ones too. Stabilized curly birch. Yeah, I've looked at some of the ones we were just looking at. Well, that's curly birch. Yeah, exotic wood wholesale. Yeah, that's not the right one. The one I got, there's crosscut. That's pretty cool. I like the crosscut patterns too. That's pretty wild. Yeah, the ones I got were where's that other side? Yeah, that's pretty cool. The ones I got looked a lot like that. They look kind of like that. They make colors, but it doesn't look good colored. It ruins the fine quality look of the. Yeah, here's one. Here's a knife with it on there. Whoops. Dang it. There's a knife with curly birch. Stupid Discord again. Gets me every time. There's some cool patterns. With some of that too. The crosscut one I was looking at was this one. Y'all couldn't see it. But that stuff is pretty dang sweet. Yeah, I've got olive wood. That Pandora that I got has got olive wood. Yeah, they did custom pivot and tie hardware. Let me go. I'll show you that knife. I bet it's on. Let's see. Well, let's see. Custom pivot. I was trying to find the post. Probably called it something else. Calls it one of those Foxy or something. Like, that's why I hate those names. Because if they would just use the regular name, then you could be able to search for it. It's called like Did a Little Something or something like that. Like, I remember the post you're talking about, but I can't find it, of course. Oh, I bet I could find it if I typed in like tie screws and then looked for comments. Yeah. Is it the green? No. Finally got my tie body screws. Okay, I think I found who posted it. Hold on just a second. Yeah, and they call it Fozzie. Like, yeah, that's not the right one. Yeah. I think this is the one you're talking about, Pete. Let me go over here to the Discord so I don't break any rules. I think that's the one you're talking about. But he finally got the tie screws. And it looks like this. With the custom pivot and the tie screws. Yeah, there's the tie screws. I don't know if that's the same one. Good morning, Audiolitis. There was another one too, but that's one of them. Oh, I know how I can find it. Tie connector. And go to comments. And then go down until I tie connector pivot. Oh yeah, I'm going by. Hold on. Whoops. OG Small Nirvana. What's everybody's rosies so far? Wow. Check out this picture. I didn't know. I must have missed this post. That's not a bad picture. Oh, here's the one. It was our buddy Background Dare that did the hold on. I'm grabbing it now. There we go. This is the picture. Dang it. This is the one you were talking about. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's the guy that came on stream one day to talk about how he does his anno. He's the one that does all the lighting within the... He does the epoxy filled handles on the skellies. The skelly strix. Alright, what are we going to talk about next? What do y'all want to look at? I can't show that, Andrew, but you always forget that. And I can't show it either because of who it is. The author of the post. I can't even view it from my account because I got him blocked. I don't know when that wood will come in from eBay, but I gotta drill some holes and all that anyway. Well, now we get to see what this knife looks like on the inside. I'm curious what kind of bearings it has because of how smooth it feels. Morning, Starship Hunter X. Wow. It's got a big screw behind the clip that you can't even see. That's pretty wild. I didn't even know that was there. What are you getting into this morning, Mr. Starship Hunter? You having any luck on that hunt? I will make a leather one. Well, that button, that grain's pretty cool. It's got the crappy, what's going on here? Oh. Well, what's that hole in the blade? There's something, that hole right there makes no sense. Unless it's for the auto, like an auto version. It doesn't do anything. Totally weird. It's got the crappy bearings in it though, the little cheap Teflon ones. How do you get that button out? Okay, there we go. No luck yet, huh? What, anybody got any cool knives coming in this week? I get my Knoll Voodoo doll today. This side, oh, it did have a washer. They were just connected. Oh, that's weird too. I forgot. It had that weird shaped pivot on that side. What post are you talking about, Andrew? Oh yeah, I had a couple of links I wanted to look at this morning. There's all kinds of knives for sale recently. Oh, Discord? Oh, his blade picks. I got you. All Thai goodness. Yes, sir. I like that Hank too. Yeah, I was wondering about that. The 160 was kind of wild. What huh. Let me see what links I had to look at this morning. I just had a couple. Oh, this one was funny. Yeah, I really only had one. Medford's design language. This post is pretty funny for that clip. That one cracks me up. That's what's his name? Yeah, I agree with you, Starship Hunter X. In fact, I like it so much that I told him he needed to, because he didn't offer it on his store. Okay, so you remember he was selling all the blades, or he was giving away the free blades, the front flipper blades. But the knife he had posted on his store was the one with the thumb studs. And then he finally listed one of the knives with the front flipper blade, but it was one of the milled variations. So I hit him up in the message and I was like, dude, I want to buy another one from you, but I want the plain Jane, but I want the front flipper blade on it. So he finally said, he finally understood what I meant. And he said he would put me one together with the plain Jane handle from the new version and the front flipper blade. He was trying to just sell the blades only, and then he was trying to sell one model of it. And I said, you need to offer all three of your milled variants with both the thumb stud and the front flipper blade. So anyway, I've got one on the way now with the plain Jane handles from the V2, but with the front flipper blade, because I like the front flipper blade way better, in my opinion. And Cortex needs to do that. All right, and then this was the other thing I had to look at after the Medford clip. Check out how scary this would be. I don't know if this is the bear you were just talking about, mister. But could you imagine walking your dog and this grizzly comes up? And yeah. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how she made it out alive. That bear wanted that dog. And I'm more impressed by the dog than anything, because the dog had to keep its cool. That dog knew it was up, though. I'm pretty sure that dog knew it was about to die. So it maintained a little bit of quietness. I usually try to find one of those feel-good stories every now and then to play on here. Speaking of a feel-good story, are there any new hold on just a second. Let me look something up. Yes. All right. Y'all watch this for a minute.
Welcome to
I'll be right back,
everybody. Today we have a ton of new knives, and today's a very special day because we are in our brand new studio. Still got a few things we're figuring out here.
All right, so y'all watch this for a minute. I'll be right back.
Table space we have. There's going to be so many knives talked about here. Starting with our first new knife of the week, the Vosteed Raccoon Tie Slim. Now this one isn't especially new per se. This model has been out before, but it's sold out like hotcakes. But it is back. We just got a big restock of all the different colorways of it. It's the same crossbar lock you knew, and it has that super slim titanium handle. I love the Tie Slim series from Vosteed. This one's $135, gets you a 3.2-inch blade of 154 cm steel, and weighs in at only 2.69 ounces. And for a full metal knife, that is incredibly lightweight. On the backside, you have a milled titanium pocket clip and an absolutely buttery action. This is an excellent premium everyday carry folder, and just look how incredibly slim it is. Much slimmer than the original Raccoon. This is the same G10 handles that we've seen on the other Raccoons. Speaking of, this is the Raccoon Cheese Pirate Vosteed came out with these, and we sold a few of them at Blade Show, but we got a big restock of all the cheese pirates. I grabbed the raccoon with the top liner lock on this guy. Once again, a 3.2-inch blade of 14C28N blade steel, weighing in at 3.58 ounces. Quite a bit heftier of a blade because you have those full steel liners and the G10 scales, but super nice to hold in the hand. I love a nice thicker handle, especially if I'm going to be using the knife for a nice long time. As a rule of thumb, the thinner the handle, the nicer it is in your pocket. And then to a point, the thicker handles are nicer in your hand. But this is just an excellent knife all the way around. $69 for this guy, and I love what they've done with the G10 here. So what this has is orange G10 with a yellow overlay on the top, and you can see these little holes. They milled very carefully down into the yellow, so you almost get a little peekaboo of the orange beneath, and it makes the holes look a lot deeper than they are. So it's not gonna feel big and dimpled in your hand. It's just gonna feel like a slight texture on the G10, but it's going to look like cheese, and who doesn't like cheese?
Cheese, cheese, cheese.
Next up, from Vosteed, we have the Xeno, and this is our exclusive version. It's just like the Xeno you've seen. However, this one does have the Vanax Super Clean blade with this beautiful high polished DLC finish on there. And then the cool thing that we have in addition to that is these Timascus or titanium Damascus accents. So we have them here on the button of the Vencor lock. We also have it here on the pocket clip, and we also have it on the back spacer. And then to finish it off, this gunmetal aluminum for the handle right there. This thing has a 3.23-inch blade of Vanax. It weighs 3.1 ounces, and I am loving the Vencor lock. This one not only feels good, but it sounds good. Listen to this. Oh, that click is so nice. Other than that, I think another fun thing about this particular model is this Tanto-esque blade. So you have a secondary tip all the way down here. So that gives you a nice long section of basically ruler straight edge that kind of gives you something to push against to a board if you're going to cut any like that. But then it also looks really cool, and it should make sharpening pretty easy because you just sharpen one straight edge and then sharpen the other. It's just like sharpening a Tanto. You just do one edge and then the other, just treat them like separate things, and you'll end up with a nice sharp two tips and edges as well. Very nice indeed. $385 on this guy, and only available at BladeHQ.com. And the last BladeHQ exclusive Vosteed we've got here today is this one. This is the Porcupine Desert Warrior. We sold these at Blade Show as well, and now we have them here on the website. 14C28N blade, 3 inches long with the blue coating. And then this one also has the G10 with these printed on sprinkles that are pink. And then we have yellow accents, and then a selection of colors for your screws and your spacers and all of that to give you the full Desert Warrior experience. 3.1 ounces on this guy goes for $79 at BladeHQ.com. Next up, new from Jack Wolf, we have a brand new fixed blade. And this one is the first of the Gateway series that is also of the Fix EDC series. So what I love about Jack Wolf is how they really reference the slip joint canon. You know the people there, know their slip joints, they know their patterns, but they also want to make them dripping with modern flair. And that is exactly what we have here. To the untrained eye, you might just think this is a Barlow. This is a Barlow pattern knife that you've seen and your grandpa carried and George Washington carried. But this one is a fixed blade variant, a 14C28N blade on this guy, 3 inches long. And this particular one has a micarta handle. However, there's some wood versions. There's even an abalone. And then these ones come with a Kydex sheath. So you just slip the knife in there, and this one is ready to throw into your pocket right from the get-go. And what I love here is, in the Gateway fashion from Jack Wolf, this is a very budget-friendly knife. This one comes in at $74.99, so well under $100 is getting you an excellent everyday carry pocket fixed blade. And if you haven't ever cut with a Barlow-style knife before, it is just a pleasure to use. The handle holds really nice in your hand in a million different grips. It's just a great user of a knife, and I think that's why it's been so popular for like 500 years now. Love the Barlow pattern, and I love that it's super modern on this Jack Wolf Fix EDC. It's super lightweight too, only 1.6 ounces, and just a little bit more when you add the sheath. So if you wanted to carry this as like a neck knife or something, it'd be a great option there too. Next up from Kershaw, we have a Leek. And this one was also one we ran at Blade Show. This is our exclusive of the Hawaiian pizza version. Now, I will tell you all right now, Hawaiian pizza is amazing, and pineapple does belong on pizza, and I will fight you in the comments meet me down there after this video. But this is the Hawaiian pizza version. We get the little bits of Canadian bacon, which is totally different from ham, believe it or not it is. The Canadian bacon is like the strip of ham that has been cured like bacon, so it's yummier, like cured meats often are. And then we have the pineapple as well, and then you can see the little bits of crust here on the top here, but it's Hawaiian pizza. Yum! Who doesn't love it? And I love that they really gave us a good helping of pineapple on this, because Hawaiian pizza never has enough pineapple. Every time I go to Papa Murphy's, I say, hey, give me as much pineapple as you're allowed to give me. Anyway, this guy's $89.95, 3 inches of 14C28N steel, aluminum handle scales, 2.6 ounces. It's the Kershaw Leak. It's been around since before I've been around. Next up, from Gecko Customs, we have the Dune. And this is a brand new model, and this is the first time that we've gotten to see it here at Blade HQ. This one is just a looker of a knife. Look how deep this nice clip point is, a nice belly in there. I love the way the satin grind just glows. M390 blade steel on this guy, 3.5 inches, a nice big knife. This particular one has these micarta inlays with the titanium on there, and it looks like a button lock, but this is actually a button actuated frame lock. And you get yourself a milled titanium pocket clip as well. One thing I love here is we only have thumb studs. Sometimes we see thumb studs and flippers on knives. I think you should go either or, and the Numb knife here, excuse me, the Gecko Custom here went the same way. 3.2 ounces on this guy, and this particular one is $265, but this knife that I have is the base model. Depending on different coatings and handle materials, you can spend a little bit more.
Oh, dang, what happened?
I really am enjoying the Dune. The handle feels good.
I thought the video was stopped.
Slice. Look how deep that hollow grind is. My goodness, what a beautiful knife. Very excited
I'm back.
to see Gecko Customs
Y'all see anything exciting?
Model. Next up from Numb Knives, we have the N7. Now, Numb Knives, Numb is an acronym for Nick's Unhinged Mechanical Brain. Nick is a friend of mine. I met him at Blade Show a couple of years ago, and he has just popped off in the knife world. His designs are really good, and the lifeblood of Numb Knives is this lock. This is called the pinch lock.
I got to,
it functions, I would say, kind of like a mixture of a button lock and 2 liner locks. I don't know, somebody in the comments will disagree with me on that one. But it is really a fidgety lock. You just pinch both sides of this and the lock falls. And it's just a handy little thing to use and to cut with. Very fidgety, very strong, just a handy lock. This particular one has a 3.25
what is going on in this video? Anything cool?
Blade steel with a nice deep hollow grind, giving you a very thin edge that will remain thin as you sharpen it. So this is definitely, if you're looking for a knife to settle down with for a few years or for the rest of your life, honestly, this is not a bad option just because that edge will remain thin and slicey basically forever. Titanium bolsters on this one with this really fun carbon fiber on there. This one weighs 3.5 ounces. Milled titanium pocket clip as well.
I can't even hear what's going on.
Beautiful knife. These are going for $335. And I will tell you, Numb knives never stick around for long when they land at Blade HQ. So I would recommend hopping on that sooner rather than later. Next up from ProTech, we have a resurgence of the ProTech TR5 operator. So the TR5 is the mini version of the TR4. So instead of the big old 4-inch blade, you get just under 3 inches.
What did he say that was idiotic?
inches of S35 VN blade.
Let me see what knives I missed. Raccoon Tie Slim. Raccoon Cheese what? Oh, yeah. Okay. Bastide Zeno. Yeah, that one looks pretty nice. It says sold out. Well, why are you showing it? Did y'all like that one? Desert Warrior, Gateway, Hawaiian Pizza? What in the world? Kershaw, come on, man. Oh, and the new Dune? Yeah, we had just talked about that one. N7. So they made a small version of the Numb Knife Works that was really comfortable in hand at Blade Show. That makes me want to go look up and see what that small version from Numb is. What is that small one? Why am I not following them, for one? They have a small version of one of their knives. Don't know if it's out yet. It had the same lock. Alright, N5. That looks like it's probably it. It's got a rear flipper and a pinch lock. That might have been it. N5 prototype. Yeah, let's see. Do they have a small one for sale? I didn't think they did. No, they had it at Blade Show though. And where's their website? Do they have a website? Yeah, numbknives.com. All right. Yeah, that's it. That one was really surprising how small it was, but how comfortable it was because of that forward choil. I guess I didn't notice the flipper tab while I was there because I was looking at too many things. That might be the first one that I buy from them. Oh yeah, Mr. was looking up titanium tomahawks, I guess, which seems kind of weird to me because titanium has a HRC of like 32, and I know 32 is a lot higher than wood, but I would much rather have 60 than 32, but then you gain all that weight, so maybe what you lose in weight is worth it. But titanium tomahawks is super wild. And there's a lot more of them than you would expect. Including even this one. But that was weird to me. Because I think grade 5 has about a HRC of 32 to 34 or something. Alright, so if y'all couldn't guess why I had to leave, it was because I had to go fix this knife real quick so I could put it back together. Because it was going to annoy me to death if I didn't go fix it real quick. So while y'all watched that video, I went and bead blasted this knife and got those snails off of it. And now it's back to new. So we got to put it back together. I kept asking if anybody was getting anything new in. that you were excited about. Nobody said anything, really. So I'm guessing that's a no. I'm excited about getting that voodoo doll today. I'm going to shoot a unboxing video of it as soon as I get it. So yeah, that'll be cool. See if I can get this button back in. Some of these button locks are fun to get back together. There was a little spot where it went in. Could have sworn it was when it was all the way open. There we go. All right. Got it. I think I got it. Guess we'll find out here in a second. Ooh, no. Something felt crunchy. The button ain't right. Oh, it's not fitting in the other side. What in the world? That was no good. I heard the spring kind of crunch. There we go. Can't get that pocket lined up. There we go. Yeah, that one's kind of annoying. All right. Oh, I know what it is. It's blasting media that I didn't clean out good. All right, at least I got it back together. I can mess with it later. Y'all gotta let me know something cool to look at. I can't come up with everything every day. I gotta rely on y'all sometimes. Wow, those clip screws are super long. All right. No harm, no foul on the snails. I'm glad it really didn't scratch it. Uh-oh. Lost the top to my Earl. No, mister, I do not. Because very tiny, littlest tiny bit gets out of my cabinet. I've got my cabinet sealed up pretty good. I hopefully don't have... Yeah, it's the second time we've looked at that one, Pete. I like it a lot. Yeah, I said that when we looked at the video the other day, that it looks like a knife you designed. Mr. Pete. I didn't even bother looking, Throat Goat. I did not yet. I didn't even really try, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I started to show a picture of the knife you designed. When, oh, did you actually submit the design somewhere? I didn't know you did that. Kubey said they'd OEM it. I don't like the MK4. Something's wild about the MK4. Yeah, and is it Purvis? What is it I don't like about that one? Because I can't remember. Might be the blade. Yeah, I think I did like that one, but maybe it was the giant slot. Something about it. It's pretty much my style. Doesn't have a forward choil though. Just a sharpening choil. I think I probably quit because it was button lock. I was out. I don't know how to show it. I don't remember where the picture is. Post a picture of it, Pete. I prefer a drop point to a clip point. Some of the clip points just don't do it. They remind me too much of a pirate knife or something. I don't know why I think of pirates every time, but... Oh, okay, Pete. Is it on Instagram somewhere? I don't know. I don't want to show my whole Instagram conversations. I think it's up here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Hold on just a second. I'll show y'all Pete's knife next to the... Just a second. One more picture. Alright. So back to the one... Back to the link he sent, which is right here. Back to the web browser. So as you can see, blade shape, handle shape. I'm trying to get a good pause. Maybe he'll show it here in a second. Display it. Open it up. Leave it right there. All right. There's a good picture of it. So right here is the one Mr. Pete designed. And then back to the one we were looking at. Oh, the button version. That version looks a lot like that one. I wonder if they're rendering. Oh, that is the privateer. My bad. That's the privateer versus the one he made. Alright, well now I need to fix that image. I thought I put them side by side. I thought for sure I did that. Alright, let me do that real quick. So we can see how much it does look like Pete's knife. All right. Insert this knife. There we go. Now, it won't be exact because of scale and size. But here, I just put those two pictures side by side. There you go. Let me rotate yours a little more so it's lined up the same kind of. If I make the... Yeah, yours has got a lot more curve to it. But if I try to line them up a little better by the blades, this is what I get. Whoops. Throw in the Concept Sibin. I've got one of those I could grab and take a picture of, but I can try to do that. Ain't no try to it. I can do that. All right, here we come. Already done. That's how fast I am. I went and downloaded the image of the Cybin, cut it out, made a new picture. There you go. Welcome back, B Shady. Yeah, I want to do a blade mod to the Cybin and take that whale hump off of it. Somebody did one of those at one point. Yeah, I want to do this to it or something very similar. And I'm actually surprised I haven't done it yet, because it wouldn't be very difficult. But I want to do that mod to the Cybin. I think I like the Cybin way better like that than with the hump on it. I actually want to make the thickness of that, I want to make it straight instead of curved. I want to keep the same thickness as behind the blade window. Yeah, I want to keep it like that same width up there by the blade window all the way down through here. It thins out. He did a pretty good job. That's why my Clydesdale has been de-humped too. The Clydesdale hump is kind of weird though. Where is my Clydesdale? I had to move it to a different place because I didn't have room for it where it was. Now I can't remember where I put it. Here it is. So you can see right there, mine has been changed into this one from that one. Ed started it and I finished it. Just took off that whale hump on the front. And it did some sculpting to the scales too. Love that hollow grind though. It's got a great sound too. All right, if y'all wouldn't mind smashing that like button, be awesome. We're pushing the 2-hour mark. Because I went and bead blasted a knife during the middle of the video. But at least I can bead blast knives back to factory pretty quick. Morning, Dwayne. Everybody should get one of these Arcona Nettle 2s. 40 bucks. Awesome knife. Super good fit and finish. Nice sheath, especially when you add a ulti clip to it. That's my recommendation of the day. And this for a $60 knife is a pretty dang good one. I've got to get past my aluminum titanium thing because I would have skipped out on this knife normally because it's not titanium, but it's well worth the 60 bucks. And I like it better than the Carrick, the first one they did, top liner lock. So yeah, that's my 2 recommendations for the day. Oh, yeah, I am too, mister. Real quick, we'll do that before we end the video. Let me find a flathead that'll fit in there. I think I've got one right here. I hope this one will fit. Yep, it will. Yeah, let's see what kind of tang this thing has on it. Is the other side just spinning? I think so. Yep. Gonna have to have 2 of them. Alright, that one didn't spin. Okay, that one's coming out. We got one down. I want to see this tang too, because I want to see they wrapped it, you know. Oh my goodness. Scratching rosies and stuff. Stab myself. Yep, that one's spinning too. Wait, I got that one to stop spinning. Now I gotta get this one off on this side. That didn't sound good. Come on. Break loose. Lock tight. Ah. Can't add enough pressure. Dang it. Let me find some other way to hold that. Do I have another flathead somewhere? Yes. I've got another flathead somewhere. That one. and that adapter piece, and this one, and that adapter piece. And I'm going to cut myself. All right, just needed a little help. I got it somehow. I don't know how I managed to make that happen, but all right. Now, come apart. Now I need a pry bar. Good grief. The things I go through. Man, the fit and finish is nice on this. How can I get in there and get to it? I can't figure out how to get it apart now. Let's see. There's no kind of gap anywhere to get this under. Those Kubey screws are too tight. I had the same problem when I built mine. I had to like hammer it together. Huh. Ah, this lanyard is keeping them together. But I don't foresee that being a problem. It should come apart enough. Man, there really is no gap that I can get in to get that apart. I don't see a gap anywhere in there. I want to try a razor blade. And I don't really care if I snap it. All right, there we go. I'm in. Wow. It sounded like I just snapped the blade, but now the lanyard is going to hold it together. I needed to retie this thing anyway. I should have already taken it off. There's two holes in the back of this, one in each side of the scales. Come on, knife. This knife doesn't want to give up the ghost. My God. Tolerances. What a crazy. Come on, come apart. Let me get this out of here. Wow, I don't even know how they got that in there. I think it's that stupid lanyard. Can we see the tang if I get it? Yeah, it's got a good tang to it. Ah, it doesn't. Has a partial tang. All right. Good grief. I thought it would go all the way to the end. This was holding that back together. My God. Yep. It's got two pins that go into the scales that hold it in, and the two screw holes. This other one goes in here. It's got a secret little weight reduction pocket in the back. You could actually hide something in there. That's pretty wild. Shouldn't be nearly as hard to go back together. They saved some money on that blade tang though. At least it goes all the way through these two screws. Well, there you go, mister. Yeah, it's got this weird lanyard hole in the back. So it's got a double hole there, and then it's also got one that goes straight through. So that's different too. It definitely feels plenty strong, and your fingers, first two fingers would be on the tang, so that's good. Now I got to make sure to get these super tight again. That one tightened up. Gone over the 2-hour mark this morning, huh? I'm about to go get me a Jets pizza. Y'all have Jets pizza where you live? I'm going to get a deep dish Jets because I've been craving a good crunchy deep dish. I mean, a good texture matters a ton to me on food, and a good crust can't beat it. All right, this one's going to be a pain. Gonna have to do the double screw job. Nope, I got it. Good. All right. Well, at least we know now. It doesn't bother me though, because like I said, the majority of my hand is on that tang, and those two pins holding it in, and this stuff's strong too, so. But it is not full tang. Now I got to put this screwdriver back up so I can use it again next time I need to do that. All right. Well, got that finished. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me today to talk knives. Yours was glued? Mine wasn't glued. I'm glad I didn't see your glue thing, because I would have given up. That razor blade popped it right open, and then the hotel key. I've always got hotel keys laying around. They work good as pry instruments. Little Caesars. I thought you said a great restaurant. Little Caesars is definitely not it. Jets kills Little Caesars. No comparison in my book. Anyway, love y'all, appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great Saturday and a great weekend. We will do it all again tomorrow. Peace.